Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. His first carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Chris Jones on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I'll tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Waiting. Mike, number 53. Mike. 32. I got him.
On first down, Stafford here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. picked by Pierre Desir. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. In their drive, and following the pick six, field position and throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a third and about 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Good one, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Check, ready. Check, check. 44, Mike, 44.
Brissett to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Catch made here by Campbell. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mike, I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Brissett from the gun on third. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Come on. You better have...
After the interception, here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down. Stafford now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That kickoff return, 104 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want him to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel down. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Omaha, remove. 5.
Now Stafford. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Stafford now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stafford now to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Blue 60. White. Easy, alert.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 45 on 2nd down. Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. The final shot before the break. Stafford. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good pickup there, a 22.
First down, Colts. Here we go. Touchdown. You can't run. You can't block me. Shit.
Brissett on first down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett, the completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And now off to the races down the right right side. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Colts first down.
A first down throw for Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Zero. Tighten up, tighten up. Hey, 22.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Brissett now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Hines. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Hines. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Campbell making the catch. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Bailey's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Hines. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 1st down, Brissett. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run with Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
A gain of 31 yards. First down, Colts.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. This from 52, and this for the win. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it. It's Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
You give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Hines. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Bit of the technique, but if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
To throw, Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Brissett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Satisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Act slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
watch out for this. I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, 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 car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm giving it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving it for listening, show 'em skills. Yeah.